Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you in the red corner, weighing in at an unlimited amount of awesomeness, inner strength and humility. She's a 4th-degree black belt in kickboxing, a 2-time world #1 with 4 podium finishes on the global stage, and a decade-long reign dominating her weight division. She's not just a fighter, she's a force of grace, grit and grounded power. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Adele. Bonsoir.
And in the blue corner, small in stature, big at heart, she made history as the first woman in South Africa to win an elite amateur boxing title. A gold-graded boxer, undefeated in the South African ring, and a 4th-degree black belt in kickboxing. She claimed 12 national titles across her career. She's a trailblazer, a warrior, and a coach who empowers others to rise. Andi, good bonsoir.
I don't think we've seen a bout like that among ladies years and years and years. Give them a lovely round of applause. Well done ladies. Very well done, thank you very much. A good bout, a close bout. The score and win on points 43-39 red. On the RSC and South African ladies flyweight champion for 2011. In the red corner, Anna Duplessis. Sorry, blue corner, Anna Duplessis, blue corner.
Hi, my name is Adele.
Hello, I'm Andi.
Welcome to
She Said It! Today's a very special episode. So today we're going to go back to a time not to fix something, but to just go and remember how awesome you are. We tend as women to be so busy nurturing other people and taking care of them, not giving ourselves enough credit for what we have achieved. I think today that's what we want to do. We want to just go back and honor that younger self, send some respect and send some love.
Absolutely. So while we're at it, Andi, so if you can go back to your younger self, not to fix something, but to remember something you earned, where will that be and what was it?
Adele, 2011, Secunda, Graceland.
Ooh, a little less conversation, a little more action, please.
I know. Not that. I know it's just, no. It's not Elvis.
Oh, sorry.
So 2011 was the first time in South Africa when they allowed women to compete at elite amateur level. And they did that because in 2012 they introduced boxing for the first time for women. So it was the 2012 Olympic Games. So obviously Africa said, let's see if we can get a few girls, a trio, to actually go and see if they can qualify. So 2011, Graceland, Secunda. I just want to say it was a really tough time. I had to really not weigh a lot. They used to call me not macaroni, spaghetti.
I can just imagine, yeah. I remember.
So I just want to say that it was the nationals. It was the first nationals ever, and I have to just give credit to South African women. I have not met any nation with such strong, resilient women. So I got into the semi-finals, and I cannot remember her name, but I am going to look for it and I'll tag her in this video. So if you know anything about boxing, back in the day, the scoring system was 4 rounds, 2 minutes. So every time you gave someone a solid punch, it would count as 1 point. But they would count the points, and at the end they will see who actually scored the most. So it's not like who's going to win round 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like an accumulation of points. So just so that you know, the score was 38-42 in my favor, which meant I had to take 38 punches to the face.
No way.
She obviously 42. But just so that you know, I was really tall, she was short. And those boulders, when I finished, I actually had to go and take an ice pack because my face was swollen. She was so tough. It was, we just went at it for 4 rounds. And that was where I really discovered the love for my country, the respect for the women, and also the appreciation to be able to do something like this for my country. When I went to the finals, it was quick. It was about 2 rounds, and they stopped the fight. But I can remember that fight, and for me, it's like, wow, incredible women in this country who do not give up. And I can still remember Coach Hans Brits, Hans, telling me, Andi, you're not supposed to block with your face. But at that time, if you're so burning with so much desire to just go and represent your country. So for me, that is something that I will look back with fondness. I do think that I did not give myself enough credit for that, becoming the first woman in South Africa to hold the elite amateur boxing title. But it was an absolute honor to represent my country and to be able to do that.
That's amazing. It's truly amazing. You're a superstar. Do you know that? Really.
You're just going to say,
give yourself
because you like me, that's what you say.
No, but give yourself credit.
Thank you. We need to learn as women to say thank you if someone gives you a compliment. So I will say thank you so much, and I don't have to say anything else.
Sure.
So Adele, you've been ranked world #1 in kickboxing in your weight division 2 times. 4 podium finishes, which is incredible. If you have to go back, and I know you had a lot of fights, 4 times at world stage, there must have been a lot of moments. But if you had to go back, also not to fix, it doesn't even have to be a win. It can just be a time where you want to go and say, I want to give you credit. You did so well. You would go back to, I don't know, which memory. Take us back in time.
Oh, Andi, that's difficult, to just point out one moment. It's difficult. There was a few. If I look at the first time we went over, also in 2011, we went over to Dublin, Ireland for the first World Championships, WACO, kickboxing. It's my first championships, but I must say that year is the first time I got my, we call it Springbok colours, but my Protea colours. And that was
I'm very proud of this. It still feels good to put this on, even after all these years.
It does. It's something to be proud of, and we forget that. And standing next to that world stages and the rings, and just getting into that ring, I would just want to tell myself, listen, that was awesome. And so I lost the fight against Germany. She eventually won, and I think what I will take from that is in Germany she did an interview, and according to her, that our fight with me and her was the toughest fight she has ever had. And then in 2015, my first round I had to fight against Canada. A bit of history of that. So earlier in that year, Canada came to us for an intercontinental competition. So we had a fight in Middelburg, and I was sick. I had bronchitis, but there was no way in hell that I'm missing this fight. So I went to, when we did our medicals beforehand, I tried not to cough. I cannot describe what
we
happened.
wouldn't do if we love what we do. You'll go in injured and you'll just take it against the chin.
True. But the matter of the fact is, I lost that fight. And it was like, yes, I was doubting myself, But then the preparation started for Worlds and got at Worlds. And true as Bob, my first fight is Canada again. So there was a lot of stuff going through my head.
So how did you feel at that time when you had to get into the ring again against someone that you lost against
A
previously?
few months earlier. Yeah, it was daunting. It was like, listen, you are going to shape up now, or you're just going to stand there, I don't know, and succumb to not believing in yourself. So when I got in there, it was like something switched. Sorry about that. Switched, and it was just amazing. I mean, I think that moment was one of the greatest moments for me. Just to say, listen, you may have lost the first time, but there was reasons. Don't doubt yourself. Go in there and do it again. Exactly. But going back, we don't give ourselves enough credit. You always just go on, oh, I lost. What am I going to do? And now we're sitting here and talking about that. And now only I'm giving myself
the credit that you actually deserve.
Yes.
But you have all the judges, and if you can't go and knock them out, then they're not going to give South Africa the win. So I think that's also what makes us so good, because we have to work extra hard to prove ourselves. And 2011, I can actually still remember the Russian coach that told our coach, said, you know what, wow, I just think that the women is so strong from South Africa. I think we had 4 podium finishes that year.
Yeah,
yes,
we did.
Yes, and he was just like, wow, we are tough. And I mean, we might not have the finesse and all the cool moves, but if we move forward, we go, and there's nothing stopping us. So, yeah, I'll go to war anytime with the women of this country. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
We want to obviously send love to all the beautiful women out there, to our fellow African queens. All right, we are all African. And so let's talk a little bit about what we actually want to get to today. I think it's like we don't give ourselves enough credit, number one.
True.
If we do well, we go and we allow people to downgrade us
and belittle us.
And then it's like, we actually go back, we step out of the light, we go back into our shells because we believe that we do not deserve that. I need to go and really go and say, you've done so well. And it doesn't have to be the victories. It could be anything that you have done, that you've overcame, that you are proud of. And today we want you to go and think about what it is that you would not just give yourself credit for, but just send love and respect to that younger version of yourself.
It actually proves that I can be proud. You can be proud of everything that you've accomplished. And you can take people with. You can actually go to people and bring them with and show them you must be proud because you are good enough.
To just remember today, this is your boundaries, but it's not just about safety. It's about your identity, who you are, and the respect that you have for yourself to decide who you're going to allow in and who not. And if they're going to steal your shine, then you absolutely have got permission and authority to not let them in.
Right. So I would like to go back to my younger self, let's say in the ring, and whisper in her ear and tell her, listen, you're not just strong. You are sacred. You are amazing. Don't ever forget that.
Adele, I agree. If I think about my younger years, I was obviously both of us were very passionate and good in sport. And at that time, and maybe it is that generation where your parents will usually tell you can't think too much about yourself. You must get down to earth. You must be humble. And people must not confuse humbleness, with, sometimes I think humbleness is just an excuse to not give yourself enough credit. And if I have to go back, I will probably go back to that determined Andi in the ring that just took all of that punches because she desperately wanted to just go and prove to herself that she's good enough. I would tell her, you know what, Andi? You don't have to prove yourself to anyone anymore because you are good enough. So we're coming to the end of our episode and the Founders Conversations. We do hope that you took some insights with you. If you can just take one insight with you, what do you think we would tell them? What is the one insight they can take with them?
I would tell you, you were always good enough.
Absolutely. So, she said it. We were always good enough. Ek kan nog steeds so 'n bietjie skuin sit. En dan praat jy gaan met my en jy se hare is. Sy maak net bietjie so. Ja, meisie. My name is Andi.
Hi, my name is Adele. And
Welcome to
She.
Eers daar kyk. Okay. En
Sien, jy gaan ons alweer met lettergrepe.
gou sê jy eers, begroet jy eers.
Hi Andy, my
Wag
name
eers
is
so.
Adele.
Eet drie.
Wag. If you could go back, ek gaan nou gou weer stop. Okay. Ja.
Ja, praat maar net verder so, Andy.
Okay.
Adele,
That's my name.
2011, Graceland.
Ooh.
A little less conversation, a little more action, please.
Okay.
A little less aggravation.
Ja, gaan net eers doen.
Welcome to
She
said it.
Jy sê vir my hier, daar, ek weet dan nie meer nie.
Wag, ek gaan
Waar is die lettergrepe nou? Waar begin hierdie lettergrepe?
YMCA.
Got it out.